Hi, VillainDylan Tano here, and I'm the.
Bruh.
No, Ellis, no, you fucked that up. Oh my god. Come here. You stink. Get out of here. Well, that bit got kind of fucked up, so I'm just gonna roll with that. But I'm here today to talk to you about Death in the Water 2, and it seems to be an underwater passion project that I found while combing the depths of the Steam trenches, if you will. It's an underwater FPS game where you're fending off various sea life and you score points by getting multipliers from killing sharks. So if you ever wanted to game end some endangered species with an underwater shotgun, then you should probably see a professional psychiatrist about that. All jokes aside, if you like some Lovecraft, you're scared of the ocean, or you're scared of broken down machines under the ocean, then this game is for you. The sound design really sells the game, and I don't think it would be nearly as effective for me if it weren't for the amazingly immersive sound. It's one of the scariest non-traditional horror experiences I've had, and I found myself genuinely unnerved in some levels. So what's the real mystery here? I mentioned Lovecraft, and I did not mention the horror that lurks just out of sight. So you might wonder, why am I sport killing all of these endangered animals? Am I just going for points? And what the hell was on Joey's head? And those are all valid questions. But what lurks out of sight is something even more horrifying than death itself. You're a diver sent to see why sharks are getting more aggressive in this area and why mysterious things keep happening to ships and flights. It's clear that something isn't right, and there's 15 separate levels for you to get closer to finding what's causing it. The main gameplay loop is pretty simple. You go into a level, search for treasure, then you fend off a wave of sharks until the health bar of a raid reaches 0, just like a Minecraft raid. There's a few guns with upgrades to unlock, as well as some upgrades to your diving suit. The guns are pretty satisfying, and some of the monkey brain just likes seeing the big number go up on the scoreboard, so I did enjoy my 5 or so hours with Death in the Water 2. I also found myself really impressed by how the combinations of enemies would require different skills from the player. Occasionally long, skinny eels and snakes would creep up on you, and it's really hard to hit them with a skinny like spear weapon that isn't super fast. So I was kind of impressed, and I haven't really thought about that angle going into like an ocean shooter game. There are a few negatives, however, and first off, the points don't really do anything. You don't get any bonus gold or anything on the completion of a level for scoring well, and the only real multiplier comes from just picking up those glowing orbs that drop from sharks on occasion during the raid. I would have liked to see this play a bigger part here, or just be removed entirely in order to just make the game more of a straightforward experience. I know Death in the Water 1 had the scoring mechanic, and they probably wanted to honor that since it is the successor and all, but it could have at least used some more nuanced mechanics like resetting the multiplayer on taking damage or something. The next thing that's probably the biggest issue, and that's that late parts of the game, the waves just take way too fucking long. Like, I would prefer to be literally swarmed by sharks rather than drip fed a few enemies at a time for 15 to 20 minutes. It gets very tedious because each level makes the wave just a little bit longer each time, and in that time there's really nothing to explore or be rewarded for, and you're really just aching to be in on the story so that you can see what happens next. So I didn't find that really fun at all. Another big issue is the performance. It's not terrible, but I did have some frequent crashes that would reset my current dive progress and my multipliers. So it was pretty frustrating being 10 minutes into a raid and I'm fucking killing sharks left and right just for the game to crash, and then I gotta do 10 more minutes of work and lose all my multipliers and progress on that level. So that kind of sucked, and that does happen pretty frequently in this game. I was crashing maybe once every 3 levels or so. Sometimes in the later levels when it would be longer, it would crash after like 2 levels because, you know, you're in those levels for like 20 minutes killing sharks and stuff, so that kind of sucked. But all in all, it's an extremely impressive effort and the labor of love from a small team of, I think, 2 people. Solid gunplay, ambience, and visuals really make this an unnerving experience at times, and I found myself really intrigued by the mystery at the core of the game. I think it is worth the $20 if you're at all interested in the positives that I mentioned, The developers also said that they're adding more content and plan to update the game for years to come, so it seems like a safe bet that a lot of the negatives I mentioned may be addressed in some patches in the future. I think it's a pretty good time, and I was surprised how much fun I had. So, yeah, Death in the Water 2, I really liked it. Check it out if you like, and we'll catch you next time. Alright, peace out.